One field which has really matured in generative AI is depth estimation. Depth estimation in various modalities is not something new. But lately, I have seen a lot of improvement, and I believe that this is going to play a pivotal role in a lot of real world use cases. That is why, when I stumbled upon this new model and project, Pixel Perfect Depth, I thought maybe the time has come when we should be exploring further ideas as how this can be embedded into the vision modality more in detail. In this video, we are going to not only install this pixel perfect depth locally, but we are also going to check out what exactly has changed and how they can play our role in real world use cases. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. If please like the video and subscribe, and if you search on my channel just with the keyword depth, you will find heaps of models, projects, tools which I have been covering for the last 2.5 years around just depth estimation. And by the way, this marigold is one of my favorite ones, but there are various others which are really, really good. Okay, now coming back to this new model, this primarily introduces a new model for monocular depth estimation. Monocular depth estimation is a process that predicts scene depth from a single image. Traditional, I would say, models or tools, they often produce depth maps with flying pixels, which are noisy, inaccurate. They point at object boundaries that distort 3D reconstructions. But this project eliminates those artifacts by generating depth maps directly in pixel space rather than through compressed latent representation. So what it does is it uses diffusion based generative modeling, which is trained to progressively refine noisy depth predictions into clean, high resolution outputs. The core objective is to produce geometrically accurate, artifact free 3D point clouds useful for vision applications like 3D modeling, robotics, and augmented reality. And that is where I think it is going to be a big, big deal. Let's get it installed. I'm going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable price, you can find the link to their website in videos description with a discount coupon code of 50% for a range of GPUs. So please do check them out. Let's go back. Let's git clone the repo, and I will drop the link to it in videos description. Once that's done, let's install all the requirements from the root of the repo. While it installs that, let me also introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are iGent. That is the world's first multi-agent workforce desktop application that empowers you to build, manage, and deploy a custom AI workforce. And you will find the link in video's description too. Okay, next up, let's run the demo from the root of the repo. The first time when you run it, it downloads the model, and interestingly enough, it uses depth anything version 2 behind the scene. If you go to my channel and you see, we also have covered that depth anything, and in addition to that, lot of other things. So pretty interesting that these models are building upon the previous ones. So while it downloads the model, it already has actually. So let's run it on our local system at localhost port 7860. It is running at the moment. Let me quickly show you what exactly this means. So I have just loaded this. Let's click on predict. While it predicts the point cloud and depth, let me show you the VRAM consumption. Normally these are quite lightweight. You see, just consuming over 7 gig of memory, which is even a bit higher than what I was expecting anyway. So on the right hand side, this is the 3D point map. So you can just rotate it and looks pretty good to me, not bad at all. If you want to check the depth, this is the depth, and I think this is pretty cool. You just have to compare everything here, and then you can download it in various PNG or PLY format for different toolings. Now let me pause here and try to maybe um, explain what exactly is happening here. If you look at this diagram, this gives you the architecture, and it centers around two innovations: the semantic prompted diffusion transformer and the cascade diffusion transformer design. The first one, the SPDIT or semantic prompted diffusion transformer, uses semantic cues from pre-trained vision foundation model such as Dino V2 or Depth Anything V2. So that is where they are using it. That guides the diffusion process with contextual information about object structure. This ensures global semantic coherence and sharp local detail. Meanwhile, the other one, the cascade diffusion transformer, introduces a coarse to fine patch strategy where early layers capture large scale structure using bigger patches and later layers refine fine details with smaller patches. So, unlike prior depth models that rely on convolutional layers or variational autoencoders, this one operates entirely in the pixel space with a transformer backbone, enabling both accuracy and efficiency in high resolution depth generation, and that is where it is different from the rest of the lot. Okay, let me now maybe select an image from my local system, and then we will see. I think I already uploaded some of the images there. Maybe I will just use one of my own image to see what it does with it. Let's predict it. It's very fast, very quick, which is always a good idea, especially for the devices. So there you go. So this is a 3D one. So this is just a point map, and this is really very important for the AR and VR use cases. Now this gives you the more depth, and you, if you just compare it, I think it has done quite well in terms of um, estimating all the depth. So applications are broad. It could, it could be used in any domain that requires 3D scene understanding. For example, in robotics, it improves object manipulation and navigation by providing clean, geometrically consistent depth perception. Or for maybe if you want to use for autonomous driving and drones, maybe. Then in that case, for instance, if I just use this one and predict it, so the model enhances obstacle detection and scene reconstruction accuracy. So if I just go there, you see, this is where it just enhances it. If you use it for something like virtual reality, augmented reality, then maybe it can allow the creation of realistic and immersive 3D environments from ordinary RGB images, which we also just saw shortly. For example, if I just go and maybe just maybe I'm just going to use any random image from here. These are, maybe I'll just select this one where it says blurry vision, this one. Just want to see how it does with the blurry one. So its ability to generate accurate depth from single images that supports free viewpoint video, 3D photography, and digital content creation, where precise geometry is essential. As you can see here, even with the blurry one, it has performed well. So a lot of use cases. Let me know if you are looking for any particular use case. Just let's discuss in the comments. Please like the video and subscribe, and consider becoming a member, as that helps a lot. Thank you for all the support.